Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to City Skylines Green Cities. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be back here in the slightly abandoned city of Greendale, where things could be going better but aren't going terribly, so we've got that going for us. Today, there are two things on the agenda. There will be other things as well, but two things that I can think of. Number one is adding another highway connection. Number two is adding in the Modern Technology Institute. We are going to begin with number two, because I don't need to conform to your expected order of numbering, all right? Actually, we're just doing that because I can't be bothered working with highways, and I really want to get the higher education in here, even though the traffic's currently a nightmare, so... priorities, apparently. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this... what am I doing? Let's get this thing in here before I start talking more, basically. We'll go ahead and... I do want to place it onto the avenue here, but I also want to surround it in roads. So we'll go like 10 units back that way. We'll put it there. It's very expensive. It's a very, very premium university, or whatever it is. And we're just going to surround it in roads like that because, number one, lets traffic sort of move around it. And number two, it should probably be a one-way road, if anything. So one-way road going that way, I think, will probably do the job. So yeah, I can go around that way. That'll be a good place to bring buses in as well, I suppose. But what I can also do is we can extend this just a little bit further. And we can do some decoration around all of this, or whatever we end up doing. I think what we will do is get a normal road. And I know this is going to be a lot of intersections, but I'm not too concerned. We'll just do this kind of thing. If I could turn off the traffic lights... actually, can I turn off? I think you can, right? Escape routes, junctions, yeah. So turn off the traffic lights. We'll keep them on there, but turn them off in the... well, leave them on there. Don't need them there. Maybe do turn... well, I'm actually slightly struggling with this at this point. I think we'll turn them off there and see how that ends up going. And what we can do is just put some trees and stuff in and around there. So that's going to be the Modern Institute thing. We could put some parks in at some point. 2,500 for the Japanese garden could look kind of nice in there. So we'll see what happens, but we do need to connect this thing up with power. So we'll just go to there, possibly? I don't know. Maybe from there to there. That'll do. So there we go. The Modern Technology Institute. 5,000 students is no problem at all. Give it some water so that those students can have drinks, should they so desire. And yeah, we've got the Modern Technology Institute. Wait, that's apparently an MIT, isn't it? Because the Modern Institute of Technology... yeah, MTI. Fair enough. Just realized that. Feel like I should have realized it a bit sooner, but there you go. Real talk, though. Can we extend this blue bus line to go kind of nuts around the city? Like, if I take it all the way up here and have it stop in there. Right? So it stops in there. And then I want another stop there and there. And then there. And I think there as well. And I think down here too. Basically, this blue bus line is going to go quite the distance around the city. But I think that's going to be fine. I think that'll end up actually doing some great stuff for us, because the idea is that our citizens are going to use the green bus lines to sort of go up and down and get towards the blue one, hop onto a blue line, and then they can go all the way up to MTI, which seems like it would be a pretty good idea. So we'll see how that ends up going. I'm also kind of thinking that we could maybe look into replacing some more of the low-density commercial in here. Since there is demand for commercial zoning, we might as well start getting some high density in here. There is demand for residential as well, so I think what we'll do is tear out some of this and throw in a bunch of residential there too. And possibly here as well, just to, you know, make it look all neat. So there we go. We're slowly transitioning towards getting the high density everywhere. That's what we're going for here. Also, any people getting off the bus? A few. Definitely a few. Quite a lot of people waiting to get onto the blue line right here. Like a silly number of people waiting to get on it there. And there. And there. Wow. All right, blue line. Wow. Oh, wow, that blue line is so popular. Look at this. Can I, like... Can I look at this for a second? Yeah, there's a lot of passengers everywhere. Can I give that line more money? Is that a thing I can do? I have no idea. Yeah, I can. Okay. I feel like we're going to bring it up to 20 vehicles. So we'll add 9 more vehicles to the blue line and see what ends up happening. That might cause issues. It might not. I'm curious to see. No, still not enough educated workers. That'll change eventually. We are going to have that as an issue quite consistently for quite some time until we actually get the educated workers in there. But that's fine. It's not too much of a big deal. Also, I'm realizing that high density... Is there such a thing as a high density, like, local produce store? Or is that just not going to happen? Hey! Okay. Didn't see that coming anytime soon. I wasn't paying attention to the population, but there we go. We've got train stations, cargo train terminals. We got the dam, we got the yoga garden. Masato's going to be happy about that. So, okay. 10,000 people, not bad. We got a building on fire. Still got some pretty sizable demand for commercial zoning. So I think what we'll do is... I'm going to move in here and start tearing out all of this and replacing it with high density as well. So that that entire district is going to gradually transition to being high density, as well as, you know, Beach Park, which is completely high density at the moment and ever so slightly abandoned, as we have established. I am thinking, though, it might be an idea to move this bus stop to put it in front of that instead of back there. Oh, that's a bit of a weird U-turn to take. Okay. What if I was to, say, extend that road a little bit further? Is the bus still gonna insist on taking that as the U-turn? Or is it... Yeah, no, hold on. Maybe that should be the stop. Yeah, that'll be fine. I just want it... I want it to use this as the turning space. And then this is actually quite close to a crosswalk as well, so that's probably not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. Bus pulls in. That might cause some issues with traffic, though, considering the junctions. But if the buses are moving enough, we should be okay. And they definitely seem to be. And there's a decent number of people getting off the buses every time as well, which I'm really enjoying. Man, I'm so happy seeing the buses moving like this. I do think I want to get a solid metro system in here as well. I think I kind of want to focus on all that kind of stuff, you know? I want to make sure we're getting people using the buses, which they absolutely are. And I also think a good metro system is going to be really nice as well, because I think what we'll do is we're going to end up keeping this kind of looping thing with the green lines. So we're probably going to have another one over here going around that district and another one going around there. In fact, let's just get those in right away. So going pretty much like this, we're going to have another green line that can go up to there, it can go to there, and there. Then it's going to come down. It can share a stop with the blue line, which might cause issues, but we'll see. I think we'll only have it share one stop, though, just for convenience, and then go to there. And then what we want to do is have another line that goes pretty much in the opposite direction. It will share that stop, and then it's going to go this way and around this district. And it can share... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? The way I've done that one. Okay, that's ever so slightly tricky. I guess it's going to have to share... It doesn't have to share a stop, so we'll just do it that way. There we go. So those two ever so slightly overlap, but we're not going to stress too much about it. Those two lines are going to be green and green. Probably not all the same shade, but close enough. So what the point is, I think we're going to basically surround the districts with those buses, which is very similar to how I usually do the metro lines. And I think the metro lines are going to end up being sort of direct lines. So we'll have like a metro line that goes straight down this road, straight down that road. You know, stuff like that. Basically, the metro lines are going to be much more direct ways to get around. Maybe we could use the metro lines in a more interesting way, so that there's a metro station in Linden Hills, and there's a metro station, you know, near the universe. Like, you actually kind of go places via the metro, rather than it just being a generic transportation system. We shall see. We shall see what happens. This area here is super busy, though. That'll be because of the park and also because of the school. So much so that I think I'm going to change up that road a little bit. And I'm going to have it grass lined. It's not actually grass lined, but the reason is that the buses actually pull in a bit further on those roads. Or at least I think they do. It looks like they do. It looks like they pull in further, which is probably a really good thing. Don't know why that station had some trouble there, but whatever. We'll not worry too much about it. We really could just upgrade that entire road to be grass-lined, and I think I will, actually. Just because it's a very, very busy road, and you probably don't want people parking on it. And I'm not doing tree-lined because I kind of don't really want to. I prefer the grass at the moment. We might go tree-lined a little bit later on. But grass will do fine for, you know, the time being. Especially in this area. I like how this area looks at this point. It's doing a pretty good job. Anyway, we got MTI placed over here. Modern Technology Institute. Decent number of students. Hopefully we're going to get people starting to work in these buildings. I'm not seeing any oh, there we go. One highly educated worker. So we're slowly getting there. We do have demand for pretty much everything, actually, which means I could probably go in and start... you know what, Mulberry Heights? We are going to completely clear you. And throw in just all of that right there. Just all of that. This little spot here probably needs to be redone since it's being a bit weird. Don't know what happened with the zoning there, but we'll just fix that up. So yeah, Mulberry Heights we're going to completely clear. And are we having power problems? I think we are. Yes. Okay, that's an issue. We should really look into geothermal and the solar updraft tower at this point. Wait, do we have geothermal? Yeah, we do. No, we don't. Do we? No, we don't. Okay. Fair enough. Bit of a struggle there figuring out whether we had it or not. Does geothermal fit where I think it fits? It does not. That's unfortunate. Okay. It will fit in there, though. So what I think we do is we put one at 65,000. Good lord. One geothermal plant there, and we'll put another one over there when we actually have the money. But that will give us 100 megawatts of power, which is actually... okay, more than any of you are generating. Fair enough. That's fair. Monetarily speaking, you are quite expensive. But once this area rebuilds, we should be okay, I hope. Because we don't really have money to burn currently. We really don't have money to burn. It does look like our money's climbing again, though. Like I said, clearing out Mulberry Heights, probably not the best idea in the world. Placing a geothermal plant without figuring out whether I could afford it or not. Also, admittedly, not the best idea in the world. But you live and you learn. So that's what we're doing. We are living and we are learning. And my voice is still not fully recovered, which I'm sure you can tell from the delightful voice cracks that are happening from time to time. Be thankful my voice isn't like this all the time. Because, that could get really annoying. Basically, sort of it's not quite Morty from Rick and Morty, but you get the idea. The voice cracks are there. Actually, to be fair, Morty doesn't really have voice cracks, so I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, I'll be honest. Anyway, we need to save up some money to connect up the city to the highway in a second location, because over here is getting very, very busy. Very, very busy indeed. So I'm thinking I could maybe... I want to bring this down further, but I don't know where exactly that's going to go. I actually kind of like the idea of flattening out some terrain down here, maybe bringing that road underneath. That could be kind of interesting, but pricey, so we'll not do it yet. What I will do, I think, is I'm going to bulldoze all of that and all of that. And we're going to place this in here. It is quite close to the other intersection, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll place it there, basically. And we're going to figure out how this works. Because I really don't know, but, you know, it's a learning process is what it is. So, bulldoze that. And... hold on, can we get this to, can we get this to do the thing? Like that? Guess that kind of works. And then this one needs to go... pretty much like that. Sorta? Not quite like that. Hold on. Like that? Well, that looks awful. Maybe just take out those bits. And try and connect this up. Come on. Work with me here, cities. Work with me. That looks a bit better. It's not quite perfect, but it'll do the job. This bit is sort of connected, I guess. And that I get. Can that just run straight to there? Like, maybe? I guess that's what we're doing. I don't like how this highway's spaced out. I don't like that it's going all weird on me, but whatever. It'll do the job, I suppose. We are probably gonna want to be very careful with how we end up doing the connection here. This road here is probably gonna need to be an avenue. So we're gonna want to upgrade that. We don't quite have the money to do it. Well, actually, maybe we do. Let's find out. Obviously, this is gonna need to move. So move that back 1. Change that all into an avenue. 200 per section is pricey, but I think it's affordable. It's just the whole way along there is fine. There is some zoning in there we need to replace. So let's just do that real quick. Like so. There we go. And that bit as well. And I think we're good. All right. Maybe dezone that bit. Okay, so the idea, I think, is we're going to try and connect up to that intersection, which will present issues because obviously it is a sizable intersection. So maybe what we do is maybe we actually go... well, we can't actually go under that road. I was going to do a tunnel or something there, but the buses will not really allow that. Unless we move that stop to there and that stop to there and force the buses to sort of go around a different way. Kind of like that. Which I guess will kind of work. So let's give that a shot. The zoning on that road is probably fine. We want to go, I guess, what, 5 that way? No, let's do 10. We have to bulldoze that completely. And then 10, hold on, turn off road guidelines. So 10 that way, and then go with trees to there. Bulldoze you. Go with trees to there and bulldoze you. And let's see, can we actually go under this? It's not actually going to let me do this, is it? That's kind of a shame. All right, let's go to the middle. And let's go to... what's the middle here? I think that's the middle. Bulldoze, bulldoze. I do have the money to do this, I think. Regular road, why not? So 10 units and under shouldn't be a problem. 10 units and under, also not a problem. And not enough money. All right, let's take a loan real quick, just because we might as well. So take you out so we can actually do this and get this connected, at least somewhat. 4,800, wow, I was not paying attention to how expensive that was. But there we go, that's actually looking decent enough. So let me just dezone all of this so I can see what I'm working with here. Yeah, that'll work, I think. It looks interesting, which is sort of what I was slightly going for. Let's do some high density commercial around that. Not there. We'll just do high density commercial there. Now we'll let the money roll in for a bit. And we'll see just how this actually connects up. Because I'm not sure we can get a neat connection to this. So we might have some issues there. How expensive is this going to be? Not as expensive as the avenue itself. We'll turn on road guidelines and see if we can do that. So that, and yeah, that didn't work, unfortunately. That does, though. It's not, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It's not the prettiest in the world, but it definitely works, I guess. Oh, that's actually not awful either, I suppose. We'll do that. We'll do that and see how it goes. It's another connection to the city, which is what we needed. I'm curious to see how it goes. There is an old sign policy, so the traffic is going to have to go straight through up to this intersection. But, you know, we got another connection. That's what we wanted. You know, some traffic can leave the city through that road, which is totally fine. I want to see traffic coming in, though. There we go. There's a police car, at least. It seems most traffic's avoiding it. Which is fair, I suppose. It would be nice if they didn't do that, but... well, what can you do? What can you do? I am going to downgrade these sections in the middle here to the 2-lane highways, just because I kind of like how that looks, having the dedicated left turn lane there. I think it's always a dedicated left turn lane, but I like it like this, basically, is where I'm at. There's really not that much traffic using this road to come into the city, though. But this one here is slammed full of traffic. This one here actually is getting there. It's getting some traffic now, which I suppose is fine. Anyway, we have some serious demand for industrial zoning. It looks to me like, yeah, people are finally getting through the university. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start throwing in some nice zoning here, and I like the idea of actually having all the tech buildings possibly on the river here. I think that could look quite cool. We do have a bit of demand for commercial zoning, and we will get that. But I like the idea of trying to get these tech buildings in here. I think it could also look really good to maybe have them around the university, perhaps. You know, surround this building with the IT sector. Maybe this is what this area is going to be. Maybe this area becomes the IT sector. That might not be a bad idea. Let's district this up for a second here. And we're going to have to do it with a bigger brush because obviously some of the buildings are on the outside of the roads, which is fine by me. We do need to just neaten you up, though. So yeah, that'll be fine. We are going to need to connect to that in one way or other, which again should be fine because what we can do is go to here. Monetarily speaking, we are fine. Connect that up. And go to specializations and say that, hey, you are going to be the IT sector. That's possibly a good idea. So we'll see how that looks. Over here, we do need to make sure that Coleridge Square is an IT. Those are both IT sectors. That one needs to be as well, I think. No, it doesn't, but it will be anyway. And possibly here as well. Maybe we do that as an IT bit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I do think we'll go in and start tearing out some of these, though. And replace them with high density. Just to see how they end up going. So put that in there. Get you out of there. Put that in. And just replace a bunch of this with high density commercial, which will hopefully take away the demand that we have right now. Oh, hold on a minute. Fix that. There we go. All right. So there we go. There's the super tall buildings coming up. I think that looks kind of nice along the water. I did say I was going to put houses in there, but I'm a filthy stinking liar, apparently. So there you go. Some of you guys complaining about water, not a problem. We can throw that back into that road. Just like so. Delete that little bit as well. And I think that could look kind of neat, actually. Having all the IT buildings surrounding MTI right there. Definitely think it'll look pretty good. 2,100 students in there as well, which means that these buildings really should have no problem when it comes to getting workers. Also, relatively decent bus connections too. So I think we're doing well. I do think we're doing pretty well here. The traffic seems to be slowing down a little bit here. It's not getting slammed over here, is it? No, there is just a reasonable number of people. Hey, we're a big city. Oh, we got the floating garbage collector. That's good. We got the crematorium as well. Water treatment plant, not interested. Another tile, though. I want that floating garbage collector because that'll actually take out some of the pollution over here. But let's go ahead and get another tile. What are we going to go for? So we started with this one. So technically, I probably want to go around and grab all of those. But I also kind of want to build over here. But we're going to do that eventually. So let's grab that one. So we can start building a little bit further in the northern direction there. I'm really pleased with this. I really am. I'm super pleased with this. It's just sort of, it's coming together, and I like the idea that we're gonna have our IT sector up here. Even though obviously we have got the whole IT thing elsewhere as well, but this is gonna be our main one. So 800 for that. Can I? No. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, you know, kind of do. I was thinking we'd maybe duplicate this and put another MTI on the other side of the road at some point. I don't think we're gonna get to do that though, which is unfortunate but understandable. It's the way I laid things out. Anyway, let's have a look here because there are some things in here I really want. Oh, we actually have unlocked the Central Park. Oh wow, that's huge and has a road connection through it as well. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I unlocked that, but I'm glad I did because I was gonna say that we could start building towards it, but we don't have the money, so whatever, I guess. Hold on, did we always have this? The fishing island? I kind of want it. I kind of want the fishing island, but at the same time, I don't know if I want it. We'll not bother with it right now. What else we got? What else we got? Obviously, we got some modder stuff in here, but I'm really keen for things like this garden right here. So 30 parks and plazas for that. We need 5,000 squares of organic and local produce for that. We need 5,000 squares of farming. Yeah, we really got to get on the whole diversification thing because we're really not doing that. But what we should look at is education, because universities are fine. Elementary schools aren't. Elementary schools and even high schools are actually suffering right now. So I'm going to throw in a couple of normal elementary schools around the place, I think. How much are you? 20, well, actually, 240 a week isn't terrible. We only have one as well, right? Yeah. We probably want to get a couple more elementary schools. We definitely need them. So throw one in there. Maybe we want to throw one up here as well. We could absolutely throw another one there. We're going to need a lot of them, basically. Like, we legitimately need a lot of elementary schools here. So I think one there will do us a favor. Possibly another one up here. And I think that'll probably keep us okay. We don't have, you know, full coverage for everyone that wants to go to school, but we have decent coverage. I would like to get possibly another Institute of Creative Arts. We have 2 of them already. I do think one more might be a good idea. It's just squeezing it in here is the problem. We're also having water issues. Yeah, water and sewage are currently having problems. So we'll throw another sewage outflow pipe there. And we'll get another water tower and just throw it over here. I could use pumps, I just don't really want to. That's pretty much where I'm at. So water and sewage are both up there a little bit. We do have demand for commercial and demand for industry. So I think what we'll do is we'll tear out some more of the commercial over here and replace it with high density. I just tore out a big chunk of residential zoning there. I guess that's fine. Just replace it with a big chunk of commercial. So there we go. We'll do that. And we'll let that build up a little bit. That'll take away some of the demand. I think I will just tear out this area as well and get some high density in there because we can. Same with that space as well, if possible. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think I might focus on upgrading the entirety of Maple Park to being high density. I think we'll actually just go ahead and commit at this point. You know, just do the whole thing in one go. Obviously, it's going to be a slow process because the demand isn't really there for it. But whatever, I'm not going to stress too much about that. I think what I would like to do is I would like to just tear out all of this as well. I'm going to replace this with offices there and then commercial behind it. And again, that's going to be an IT sector. And maybe I'll do the same over here as well. So take that out and do commercial there and offices there. And again, make that an IT sector. And that could end up looking quite interesting. I just really enjoy the IT buildings. I love that the offices went from being the smallest high-rises in the game to being the biggest. Really big fan of that because it adds like my one thing with City Skylines is that high rises never really felt like high rises, and now they really do. Like those buildings are really, really huge, and I love it. Really big fan of the IT specialization. Also, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't it? Yeah, less workers does consume more energy, but also generates more tax, which is kind of a big deal. Speaking of tax, we forgot to go to the 11% on all of these. So our money is about to go nuts. And by nuts, I mean it'll increase by a couple of thousand, which I'm very much okay with. Are we going to pass? Yep, passing the 10,000 mark there as well. No problem. 11,000, possibly 12. No problem. 13, no problem. 14, maybe. 14, no problem. Maybe 15. Either way, taxes went up. These things need... I just love that they don't need that many workers. I'm a big fan of that. That shouldn't be. Oh, but that's why we're having so much demand for industry. Oh, that makes sense. That's the counter. You end up with a lot of highly educated but unemployed people because the IT stuff doesn't... Oh. That's clever. That's clever. I like that. I do like that. Okay. I really didn't think of that. All right, let's do some normal... so Cedar Park is... Okay. I'm gonna change out Cedar Park, I think. I think the entirety of Cedar Park is gonna become commercial. But it's gonna be normal commercial. So just no commercial specialization there. And that means that we'll get some decently sized commercial buildings right there. And I think I kind of want to do the same with offices somewhere. So I think maybe we could look into maybe taking out the IT sector specialization from here. And I think I will, yeah. I think we're going to take out the IT special. Well, I kind of like it on the avenue, though. Maybe Mill Park. So no, there's no IT specialization there anyway. Yeah, I think Mill Park is about to become a series of offices. And I'm not too worried about that. I think that'll be fine. Just do a big chunk of office zoning right there, and it's normal office zoning as well. So that'll have the regular number of workers, which is good. Take the zoning off of the sides of that though, and we'll see how that ends up building up. I'm quite excited for that though, because I think that's gonna bring a lot of workers to this area, but it's also, like I said, you know, it's got the normal number of workers, which is kind of the exciting thing. Also, oh, the specialization buildings only have one level. Okay, fair enough. That explains why they're so tall. But yeah, this will bring the normal number of office workers to here. Some normal commercial over here, I think, is going to be a good addition as well. Obviously, the population will have taken a bit of a hit with that move, but I don't think I'm stressed too much about that. I don't think it's that much of a big deal. We're also very close to having the money to get that Central Park, which, to be fair, I do want. I don't know where to place it, though. Maybe there? Just looking at it, where those two roads sort of converge? It's not really central, though, is it? It could, by all means, technically go here. Oh, wow. It could totally go there. I think we're gonna get rid of this road that goes down through. Oh, but that road's so, oh, it's so busy though. Ooh, maybe don't. Hold on. What if I move you to there? I'd move you to there. Yep, we're doing it. We are doing it. Get all this out of here. I want to see the Central Park. I've not seen it before. It's 1,600 a week. No problem. So like that, I guess. Boom. Wow, that's hideous. I should not have put that in a slope. I regret everything about this decision. That does not need to be on a slope. Ew. Ew. Ugh. If I refund you, I'll get 150,000 back. I mean, that's not bad. Ew. I think we're gonna have to move it. How much to move you? I don't have the money. 40,000. Ah. Oh dear. All right. I mean, I can connect you to there. I cannot connect you to there though. Maybe we do Central Park up by the IT sector. Maybe we bulldoze that and we'll turn this into like a custom park. So the good news though is I can technically go ahead and put this back in here. So let's do trees because pretty. And let's do because pretty. What am I doing? We'll do that for a second. We'll do that, I guess. No, hold on. Well, do that and do that. Bulldoze and change to grass lined. I don't know if that's going to work as well, but whatever. We don't have the cycle paths coming through here anymore, which kind of disappoints me, but we'll do something about that. We'll do that, and we'll do... Where does that go? So it's in line with that bit, so like that, I guess. Alright, that's fine. So we'll do... Let's just do, like, cycle paths that go to the corners. Could be kind of nice. And then regular pedestrian paths that go to the other corners. Again, could be kind of nice. Let's turn off road length and angle and grid. Turn off everything, basically. And go like that. And we want to turn grid back on. Going to there. And going to that corner. Doesn't look amazing, I'll be honest, but looks alright. And I like that that can be connected up. That looks alright. So that'll do the job. We can go ahead and bring those bus lines back into the middle. We'll do one there, and we'll do one there. So they're sort of alternating. We could actually do trees on that avenue as well, just to make it look kind of interesting. So there we go. Unfortunately, the Central Park is not going to work on a hill. That's what we've discovered here today. But what I'm also discovering is that there is actually a decent number of people that are using my pathways, so that makes me very, very happy. Quite a few of those people are actually walking, which makes me think that maybe we want to get rid of the cycle paths, because they're not being used that much. But I'm not gonna stress too much about that. How are we doing for education then? So high schools are still quite rough. We do have the money to throw a few more in. I'm thinking we maybe go for another normal high school, though. Oh, we're a grand city. We just got solar power and a third loan. Not bad. Not bad at all. Quite happy about that. Let's just bring this around so we can, you know, block that off a bit. High school capacity, 3,500. I think we're probably all right. University capacity is no problem. 5,000, quite a bit. I think, to be honest, I mean, we got our second road connection here. People do use it. This one here is still quite busy, but not as busy thanks to the second connection. So I think we're going to have to focus next time on getting the Central Park in here. Because I think we're going to basically surround Central Park with an IT cluster. I kind of really like that idea. So we're going to have to figure out how that's going to work. Why are you abandoned? No one was buying their products. What? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did not think of that. I did not think of that. Who buys your products? Who buys the IT stuff? Maybe wealthy citizens? Oh, we're going to need to deal with that next time. We're going to need to figure that out. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today. Thank you kind of for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.